Welcome to MouldForge. Today we are doing just a quick tutorial on bath bomb wands. This will be wands and floaters, but we're still working on the floaters. So here you can see we can open an SVG from our own computer, or you can browse the shape library. I'm just going to grab this bear. As you can see, you can't see all the finer details that will change, but we'll get there. So as soon as you bring your shape in, it automatically generates. You don't really have to do anything there, which is so good. So we already have the shape of the bear, and now we just have to add the detail. So here you can see this will be the bottom and this will be the top. So on the left hand side, someone's banging outside, guys, so I don't know if you can hear that. Anyway, on the left hand side, it will be the size for the finished longer side, whereas this will be the height. So if you want it to be 90 millimeters, it will change. The wand pole right there is going to stay the same size. So let's go with around 76.2. There we go. Wall thickness, this will be the thickness of this wall here, right there. And the base thickness, that is the base thickness underneath. I always do 3 millimeters, but you can do whatever you like. And then we have the bottom height right here. So this is this bottom wall, the inner wall. You can change that as up to 20 millimeters or go down as low as 6 millimeters, but I think 10 millimeters is a nice height. Right, so now you can see here there's mirror piece. So this means when designing this piece here will need to be mirrored. This is automatically checked by default, but you can turn it off, and I don't know that there's any reason for you to, but it's just an option for you to click to mirror this piece. So if it's not mirrored, it will not fit in to the top. All right, so let's go down and have a look. Here we have the match top fits inside the top ring. So that's this wall here. Let's move this over. So that's this wall here. So that right now, it already should fit in. But you can change the distance if you're wanting to. That looks a bit ridiculous, but yeah, you can do what you want. If your your printer tolerance is a little bit out, you can play around with that one. So then we have add the stand pole. That's already in there. If you don't want it for some other reason, you might decide you want to make a box or something. So there's, options for that. You don't need the pole. And the pole is by default, but you can change it, which means you will have to change your wand pole. So now we can add holes in, but we're not going to do that until we add the detail. And then we're going to go do the detail, and then I'll talk you through this wand handle. So let's go do that. Now I'm going to bring back my SVG. So with the SVG, you'll notice I want to change it, whereas if I click on this empty open space, it will, how do I describe this? It will recognize that these lines are separate, and you can just extrude anything outside of these shapes, but for right now we can't do that. So that will be something that will change hopefully in the future. So right now we can just click on the arms, and you can see the arms are there, and you can raise them up. It's already defaulted at 1 mil, but I don't want them I don't want that. So what I want to do is I want to add an offset and make that so that the ring, it's basically just a ring around it. So doing that offset, you're eliminating all the inside parts, but I want to subtract that. I don't want to subtract cut all the way through, which you can, but I would just want to do a 1 millimeter indent. Then this is just exactly the way I make my molds. So you can see that is indented. You can change the offset if you want a bigger line. There we go. You see that? So I'm not going to do the whole bear because I do want to do a tutorial after. I mean, I do want to do an added part afterwards where I just make the wand and I show you how fast it is. But, you know, that's the gist of it. So then we're going to go back up to the holes. So now we can make holes. So floor handles, well, sorry, floor holes, both pieces. So we got by default a circle, and then we have a star and a heart option. So this will be the holes for your bath bomb mix to flow through. So once you click the shape, click draw hole, pop it wherever you want it, and then you automatically have a hole. Draw a hole, make a smaller one, and draw a hole again. And if you decide you don't like that one, you can just click remove and it will remove it. Draw a hole again, and there we go. There we have it. So then, now, you know, once you've done all your detail, there is your wand. It is perfectly made, looks amazing. And now we need to go down to, hang on. Oh, here. It's all still new to me, so I'm still learning it myself. All right, so now we need to go to the handle rod. And once I click that, we don't need this view anymore, so I'm just going to completely click out of that. Once we get here, we will include the handle rod. So that is just a plain pole. So we need to change the height and the width, and you can do that to whatever you want. Right now it's at 14 millimeters, which is not big enough for this part to fit inside. So we will change that to 20 millimeters, and then you'll see it automatically adds the hole for the pole. Now that pole's a little bit boring. I'm going to bring it down to about 80 millimeters. That pole's a little bit boring, but you know what? Sometimes people want just a plain pole. Now we can, where is it? No, here. All right, sorry. We can change the handle, the wand pole. So we have a few different options, and there will be more added over time. So we have the plain cylinder, which is just a flat bottom. The capsule, which is a rounded end, a nice smooth round end. We have a pointy tapered end, which might be a little bit dangerous for some kids. We have a coil option. The vines. A few of you might remember I made the vines wand handle a while back. And then the Huntrix, I will be adding, I can't remember the male band version of it as well. Huntrix does have a few more details, so it does take a little bit longer to bring in. You can't see that, but it does say Huntrix. Gothic Vine. So I don't know why it's changing to black colour. Okay, well it says it there, so anyway. This option. So, you know, there's a few to choose from. I'm always open for some ideas of adding different types of wand poles to make it a little bit more exciting. So this is something you guys don't really need to think about. You just click on what you want and that's it. Now there is, let's go back up to the capsule because that's the main one. We can add a decorative ring near the top, and you can, oh my gosh, hang on. I think that's, for some reason, crows have been flying into my window, banging on them. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm not sure if you heard that sound, but it's been the weirdest thing. These crows are flying into my door for no random reason and pecking like crazy on the door. And once I open the door, they fly away. It's really weird. Okay, so we can then change the position. Oh, sorry, that's the width along the handle. And then the size, so it can go out further. And then we can move it down. I do plan on having that a little bit curved. You know what? I don't even know why I added this. I think I'm just going to remove it as an option because to me it's kind of ugly. But I was just sort of looking at options to add to the handles to make them a little bit more exciting. Okay, let's get back to it. I've just opened the door and we'll see if they end up just flying in here this time because it's so strange. Anyway, so here we have the indent detail. So you might be making something completely different because I'd like to know what you're going to end up making out of this section because I'm sure there's a lot more that can be made. So right now we have the indent details on the underside, and then we can change that to the top. So it would be in there, and it wouldn't work for the wands, but you know, there's something I'm sure that you'll find. Or you can have it on both. Right now, I just need it on the underside. So that's that. Another option, what you can do is instead of doing add the offset, you can then, instead of subtract as a recess, you can subtract it so it completely cuts out that part. So anyway, I'm going to undo everything, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create a wand, and let's see how fast it is. And the reason I want to see how fast it is, because that is something I'm really pushing about MouldForge, is that it takes no time, no effort. Anyone can do it. So yeah, let's go. So let's go back up. So I'm going to browse shape library and I'm going to bring in the bear. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the control button and I'm going to click on every detail except the eyes. I'm not going to worry about these tiny details here. They're not important. Right, so I'm just going to click on those for the moment, and then I'm going to find, right, the shape. I need something highlighted to show where that is. So as you can see, it's automatically been extruded. I don't want that. I want it as an offset. 0.3. So I want those all to be offset, and I want to have a recess indentation. Ring hollow outline. Right, so there you go. So that's all indented. Now I'm going to grab the eyes, because the eyes are small enough detail. And same with the mouth. I'm going to do exactly the same, except I'm going to just recess them without the outline, because I think they're small enough. Oh, wait, hang on. I've gone to the wrong window. Right, so I'm not going to add an offset to those. I'm going to subtract, recess, indent it, and so that's by default 1 millimeters, and I think 1 millimeters is fine. So there we go. There we go. And all we have to do now is choose our pole, and that's it. That's how quick it is to make a bath bomb wand. Oh, no, it's not, because I haven't added the hole. There we go. There we go. We have a bath bomb wand. That's it, guys. Let me know what tutorial you want to see next. Cookie cutters or whatever. And then you just export this and it's easy. Bye, guys.